Hello everybody, happy Foxy Friday. Well, this is part 2 of my trip to Nashville, and really this isn't going to be anything about anything that happened there, but I wanted to tell you about the Opryland Hotel. I'm sure some of you people are familiar with it, but if you're like me, you've heard of it but never really give it a second thought. Like, I think I've heard about it in the context of so-and-so won a trip to the Opryland Hotel. And I was like, oh, big deal, you get to stay in a hotel. Well, this is not just a hotel. This is like this whole amazing resort in and of itself, where you wouldn't even have to leave the hotel. So Opryland actually is like this whole complex. There's a Great Ole Opry, there's the Opryland Hotel, and then there's this big mall, and there's probably a lot more that I didn't even see. Well, anyway, the thing that I was really impressed with at the hotel was they've got these 3 huge atriums. Atrii? Is there a plural for atrium? Anyway, doesn't matter. They have these 3 atriums, and each one is more beautiful than the next. The first one, we had dinner in the first night, and it was really pretty. Of course, as an atrium, it kind of gives you the impression that you're outside. And in this first one, it's like a restaurant, it has these 2 huge waterfalls, like 3-story waterfalls. Inside, again, this is all inside. And some beautiful fountains and like plants and trees and flowers, just gorgeous. Well, then there's another one not too far away that just kind of gives you the feeling that you're outside in this lush garden, lush park. And there's walkways that go through it, and there's walkways that go above it, and kind of similarly, there's waterfalls and streams and just exotic plants and these winding paths that is just seems like a super peaceful place to just hang out and think and read a book and linger. And all around the walls are these balconies for rooms that people can stay in. I didn't look up what the price was to stay in one of those rooms. I'm sure it's way outside my price range, but it's just amazing. If you ever are in the position to stay there, it's super cool. Well, the third atrium is even more impressive than those 2. It's by far the biggest, and it's actually like this little town inside this atrium. There's shops and restaurants and buildings inside the atrium, fountains, pathways. There's actually even a river that goes through it that you can take a boat ride on. So I didn't even get to see the whole thing. We went back there twice, and I didn't see everything that I wanted to see. I mean, I would totally go back there sometime with just like a photographer and just see how many cool pictures we could get, like beautiful pictures, because the scenery was just incredible. But if you ever get the chance and you're in that area of Nashville, pop in and just walk around. It is impressive. Well, anyway, I will fill you in more next week. I've got so much to tell that I just gotta spread it out. So have a good weekend, everybody.